Well, Joe, there you go. It is cold, and the Seahawks are prepared for the cold and the conditions. You know, the frozen tundra, not so frozen. The actual field, there's heating coils underneath, so it keeps it warm, but the wear and tear of the game makes it slippery later, so especially the visiting team, they have to adjust their shoes, but not Russell Wilson. He has special cleats made for him for this game that will allow him to plant, take off, and run. He won't change the entire game. 0-3 in his career here at Lambeau, hopes to change that. Let's head over to the other sideline now and Aaron Andrews.
Well, Aaron Rodgers joked with me, it's been a while, but at 13-3, the Packers are back in the playoffs. He loves the fact they're flying underneath the radar. He feels like it's better when we don't feel ourselves. I'll tell you what the Packers are feeling like in their locker room. The flu bug has hit them. Their latest victim is right tackle Brian Bulaga. He is not starting tonight. I talked to Matt LaFleur before the game. He told me they simply don't know what they're going to be able to get out of him, Joe.
Yeah, that illness has gone around the Packers locker room, and it's felt even after that off week here tonight. Taking a knee is Tyler Ervin, and out to the 25 it comes. By the way, Seattle won the toss. They defer. That's why Green Bay has the ball. Spanish language broadcast available tonight on Fox Deportes, and here is Aaron Rodgers and the numbers in his postseason career at home. It's been a couple of years, as he told Aaron Andrews, or Aaron Rodgers, 3-2 overall, but 11 touchdowns, 1 pick, and a quarterback rating for the guy who's number 1 all time in that category at over 105. Hand off to start the day. Jones. What a beginning on the ground for Aaron Jones. He gets 23. What a year he had, and what a start to this game for 33.
Well, this is outside zone running game that this Green Bay Packer offense likes. They get it off to a great start. Aaron Jones, who we talked about coming in, he's been the lightning rod for this offense throughout the season, especially down the stretch. They want to run the football, come out right on the very first play with a nice game.
Jared Valdir gets the start at right tackle for Bulaga, who, as Aaron mentioned, is sick. Play action. Rodgers keeps out to his right, throws. Adams, first down and more. 14 yards to Davante Adams.
Well, you see the shallow crosser there by Davante Adams. He's the target. He's the guy who Aaron Rodgers is looking for. But the left guard, Elton Jenkins, it looked like he got away with a little something. Poona Ford trying to come off of that. Maybe there wasn't as much there as what it appeared. They get the running game going. They come right back off of that big run by Aaron Jones with the bootleg for a gain to Adams.
Rodgers has to back out, now out to his left. Just throws it away. Jimmy Graham, closest one to it.
I don't know why exactly Aaron Rodgers didn't turn this loose. Trey Flowers in soft coverage, a slant route to Davante Adams. That's the first read for Aaron Rodgers. And when you watch him, Joe, and you study him, that's some of the things that you're just not used to seeing. And I think it's just him getting comfortable. You know, you hate to say that. Here we are, the 17th game of the season for the Packers, but yet sometimes he turns those types of things down.
His last game was certainly by his standards, but really any quarterback, as Lazard is late onto the field. Play clock is at 1, and Green Bay has to take a timeout. Rodgers inconsistent in that win at Detroit. Week 17 was inaccurate, but they got a walk-off win on a game-winning field goal by Mason Crosby to get that number 2 seed. Here are the headlines, actual headlines, and a lot was made about this relationship between the veteran Aaron Rodgers and the first-year head coach Matt LaFleur, and so much early about Aaron Rodgers' ability to change plays and audible at the line of scrimmage. And when you talk to each one individually, they really praise the job the other one has done in this first year together.
No doubt it's been an adjustment, certainly for Aaron Rodgers. I mean, when you consider that he'd been in the same offense for his entire career, to have to learn a new terminology, a new way of doing things, and probably just as importantly, a different philosophy. This has now become a running football team.
On 2nd and 10, they do just that with Jones, and he gets wrapped up by Bobby Wagner initially. A gain of 2, so 3rd and long, 3rd and 8 coming up. Here are the offensive numbers where they rank. The offensive line has been healthy really since week 3 until tonight, with Jared Valdir, who was really at home and just trying to work his way back into health, added in season, getting the start tonight at right tackle.
I think the good thing for Jared Valdir is he got an opportunity week 17 to come off the bench against the Lions and played about half that ball game, so at least he got some reps under his belt.
3rd down and 8. Rodgers, pass caught. 1st down, Jimmy Graham.
Seattle, they play a lot more split safety looks, as you're going to see, and with that you got to work the middle of the field. You got to get guys who are coming across, and this time Jimmy Graham with that manned underneath look, and he's able to get a step, and hard to cover those crossing routes and those man coverage looks with the 2 deep shell. That's a big 3rd down. That's an area where this offense throughout the year has not been particularly good, but here on the opening drive converting their first 3rd down.
Here is a toss inside the 20. That's Tyler Irvin, who was added in season. A gain of 7 on 1st down. And this impressive opening possession continues for the Green Bay Packers as they take on this defense. You talked about those split safeties. That's a different look than we're used to all those years with the Seattle Seahawks and the pounding that Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor would bring for you, with Chancellor lurking down near the line of scrimmage.
I think it says a lot about Pete Carroll that they changed up the scheme as their talent on that side of the ball. They used to just be physically better than everybody they faced.
Hand off to Jones, and a big play is made by Clowney. That's what the Seahawks defense needed, a loss of 4 to bring up 3rd down.
Jadeveon Clowney, he stunts. You see, he's not where he lined up. He lines up on the outside shade. He starts on a slant underneath that, and then he bounces up the field. He's a powerful, quick, physical player, and he's been playing through a core injury that has certainly impacted him, but we saw last Sunday against the Philadelphia Eagles the impact that he can have.
Hey, what do you want to do here? Hey, inside.
Third down and 7. Rodgers backs up, throws. Adams, touchdown, Green Bay.
Davante Adams starts like he's going to run the slant, and Seattle gets caught. They don't know whether or not they're going to pass that off. Initially, it looked like they were going to, but then because he runs the go route off of it, double move, they get lost in coverage.
And the extra point knocked through by Crosby. Davante Adams been hot. 6 touchdown catches over his last 7 games. A 20-yarder from Aaron Rodgers. Packers at home, strike first. Every point in these games obviously so critical. Look at the snap by Bradley, pretty good. Comes out a little sideways, and then somehow J.K. Scott just got it on its end before Mason Crosby knocked through the extra point.
That's a great job by Mason Crosby, just continuing with his rhythm and trusting that the ball would get put down. A lot of kickers, it really throws them off, so good work by him.
Now 60 for 60 in his postseason career with extra points is Crosby, who kicks it. Travis Homer waits for it and will bring it. The rookie running back, Homer, nice full head of steam, gets to the 30 and gets stood up there. Russell Wilson. He got it done last week. in the wild card win at Philadelphia. 325 yards through the year, 45 on the ground. By far their leading rusher. And as we said in the open, all he's done is win. However, this is a place where he has not won. 0-3 career at Lambeau. Throws, pass, caught. And a nice tackle, ball's out. Hollister made the catch, and they're going to say that Jacob Hollister, it looked like the official walking in will say he was down as Jair Alexander made the hit. Let's take another look. Well, he's losing control of that ball.
Yeah, I agree, Joe. It's coming loose before he goes to the ground, as best I can tell. That ball's starting to move at that point.
And here's a challenge flag thrown by Matt LaFleur. The other part of the equation is, was there a clear recovery by the Green Bay Packers? So the front end of it looked like the ball was coming out, and then what happened?
Green Bay is challenging the ruling in the last play, but the runner was down by contact.
And there's a good look at the recovery. We'll get the call when we come back. We'll get the call right away. We are told, it's funny because both sides, they just switched. Green Bay just put their offense on the field. Seattle brought their defense onto the field, which leads you to believe the coaches have been told that it's Green Bay's ball. But Mike, that second part of the equation is what is uncertain here with a clear recovery.
Yeah, and I think it really is in question. The ball is loose, and yes, 2 Packer players do end up there, but you also got 17 that's in there trying to grab the ball away. You know, the officials do stay with the coaches and will tell the coaches when they have made a decision. But, you know, as I look at this, they're still standing with the coaches. I can't be perfectly certain that there's a clear recovery. Remember, you have to see it clearly before you get into the scrum. It's really a tight one, but again, it's not absolutely clear and obvious to me. But
Shannon Sullivan was there for Green Bay. It looked like he had the best shot at it, and then he ends up with the ball at the end there down on his back. Here's the call.
They're changing it back.
After review of the play, the runner did fumble the ball. However, there's no evidence of a clear recovery by the defense. Therefore, the ruling on the field stands as called. Green Bay will be charged with its first timeout.
So the Packer offense and the Seattle defense went out there on their own. They weren't told that this was going to be Green Bay's ball, and these fans are hot on a cold night at Lambeau Field. Hollister gets away with one. And the Packers now down to 1 timeout with 9:50 left in the first quarter. And it's a first down on top of it for Seattle. Handoff to Lynch. Brought out of retirement, 3rd game back, and he ran into a Packer wall, no gain. Preston Smith and Montravius Adams there for Green Bay.
You know, one of the looks that Green Bay likes is they will go with 5 rushers across the board here. You take a look at those guys, and it's a way for them to be able to rush the passer, but also play the run. They've got their best rushers on the field, but they got 5 guys down across the line in order to play the running game, and yet they're still playing 5 defensive backs behind it.
Looked like Lynch almost lost that ball. Able to hang on for no gain. 2nd and 10. Wilson pulls it down, takes off. Got back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10 coming up. Darius Smith made that tackle. And he feels he was snubbed.
Yeah, and I agree with him. You know, when you consider his year, and we saw him play a lot, for a guy that, you know, he can make an argument that he should have been all-pro. I mean, for all that he was able to do for this defense, led the team with 13.5 sacks, and the play that he just made, he made every week watching him. He is a force.
That goes down as a sack. 3rd down and 10. Wilson has to step through. Throws on the run, downfield, incomplete. With Alexander defending DK Metcalf. It's 4th down.
Well, again, they go with that 5-down rush, and then they drop out Preston Smith. They're playing zone in behind it. They actually do a good job in the middle of the field, and yet they still have eyes on Russell Wilson. So he's able to buy himself some time. But Jair Alexander doing a great job of keeping his eyes back on the quarterback and seeing the ball in flight.
Michael Dixon in his 2nd year. Tyler Irvin waits from inside the 10 near the 6. Back to the 10, maybe just across. 5-yard return after a 54-yard punt. Ron Brown with the tackle. Back to work. Aaron Rodgers up by 7. Aerial coverage brought to you tonight by State Farm. Packers have it for the 2nd time, up by 7. Home team, as you see that note, has won the last 7 meetings when Rodgers and Wilson have gone head-to-head. Winner of this game goes to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers next Sunday. Rodgers just has to get rid of it as he ends up on his back with Quentin Jefferson applying the pressure.
Well, that was too easy. Quentin Jefferson, he just runs right by Elton Jenkins as though Jenkins thought he was going to get a little bit of help from his left tackle. Bakhtiari closing that down, and what should have been a pretty easy completion for Aaron Rodgers. I know he's sitting there going, holy smokes, how'd this guy get here so fast?
Toss to Jones, has to reverse course, stays upright. Well played by Seattle. A gain of 1. 3rd down and long coming up. Trey Flowers in on the stop, but Aaron Jones tried to go through everybody on that defense, and he ended up with a 1-yard gain.
You know, Joe, Seattle, they play a lot of base defense in an era where most defenses are playing 5 defensive backs. They choose to go more with 3 linebackers, 4 defensive backs, and it dictates to a large extent what offenses then are willing to do with their own personnel. I'll get into more of that, but it's definitely a strategy.
3rd down and 9. Rodgers out to his right. Has to get rid of it. Clowney was right there for Seattle, and that was good work by the Seahawk defense. Quick 3 and out.
Well, it sure was. That's a great job by this Seattle defense to be able to force a 3 and out. They've got Green Bay backed up after the punt, and they're going to set this offense up with great field position.
J.K. Scott will start in his end zone with David Moore, who returned punts last week at Philly, waiting here in Green Bay. Inside the 35, good punt by J.K. Scott of 55 yards. As Jadeveon Clowney and Aaron Rodgers share a smile in a 7-0 game. A lot of players not available to Pete Carroll and the Seahawks. Their top 3 running backs on IR. Their top pass-catching tight end, and that's Joey Hunt. Chris Myers, what was going on a moment ago?
Yeah, he missed a play with a dislocated finger, and Jordan Roos, who came in, had never played center for this team in a game, but they quickly snapped his finger back into place, and Joe, he's back in there now to snap it to Russell Wilson.
But that bottom line on that graphic, Mike Upati is out with a neck issue. Dwayne Brown is back after missing the previous 3 games. Had surgery on a torn meniscus. Here's Lynch. One of his better runs since coming back out across the 40 to the 41, a gain of 8. Look at the offense, number 8 overall. They were the top rushing offense a year ago. They're number 4 this year, but this is not what they had the majority of the year without Penny, Carson, and Procise.
That's right. Well, if you're a running offense and then you lose your top 3 running backs, it certainly affects what you want to do.
Here's Lynch. Got maybe a yard. 3rd down and short coming up. B.J. Goodson got in there to make that tackle. Up front, they have Kenny Clark in the middle, who's been bothered by a bad back, and they are really good off the edges with Smith and Smith.
Well, Seattle, we all know that they want to run the football. Like you said, they led the league last year in percentage of rushes. This year it's been down in large part because of the injuries at the running back position, but that's why they went out and they got Marshawn Lynch.
Here is Lynch, doesn't get it. Brought down by Kenny Clark, and that's going to bring up 4th down. It was 3rd down and a long one, and the punt team will come on for Seattle as 3 carries by Marshawn Lynch shuts down that possession.
Well, that's such a great job by Kenny Clark, who in his 4th year just continues to get better each season, and he's playing some really good football. Does an excellent job right there in the middle, defeating the block and then making the play on a powerful back.
So another punt from Dixon. That one turns over. Irvin with a fair catch at the 15-yard line. 3rd possession coming up for Green Bay, up 7. We're back after this from Intuit TurboTax. This drive for Green Bay as they lead by 7 starts at the 15-yard line. Number 18 offense overall. They call it a down year for Aaron Rodgers, who had a quarterback rating of 95.4, 26 touchdowns, just 4 picks. Handoff here to Jamal Williams. Missed the last couple of games after a shoulder injury, gains 3.
Well, Jamal Williams, I like what I've seen of him, but you know, he comes in just basically to spell and to help rest Aaron Jones. They would give the ball to Aaron Jones every single snap if they could, but they certainly do worry about him wearing down a little bit, and you know, him being able to get the bye last week and rest up a little bit. The year that he was able to have, the number of touches that he had, outstanding season. But right now it's Jamal Williams.
Here's a handoff to Lazard. I don't know how Rodgers got it to him. It was almost past him. Well timed. KJ Wright made the stop, a gain of 4.
Yeah, Alan Lazard, when you consider the unlike the Seattle Seahawks, the Packers have remained really healthy throughout the season, but yet that number 2 wide receiver position has been somewhat of a revolving door. Not a lot of offensive weapons, but Alan Lazard, he has stepped up and he's kind of grabbed hold of it, and they're able to use him in a lot of different ways. And in addition to being the number 2 wide receiver, he's an excellent blocker in the run game.
3rd down now. Rodgers backs up as he throws and completes for a 1st down to Allison. But a flag is down on the play. And that flag is sitting at the 31.
Pass interference, offense, number 13, 10-yard penalty, replay 3rd down.
They get Alan Lazard for offensive pass interference.
Well, let's take a look at it. The Packers were trying to take a shot down the field. They were running some different moves, trying to get up the seam. That's what they got Lazard for. They got a hold of Adams there just briefly as he's trying to get up the field, but they had the inside guys trying to get vertical, and then Lazard coming underneath. He's the guy who got called with the penalty.
And the right call according to Mike Pereira. As I look down to my right, as that contact happened more than 1 yard downfield. So it takes away a 1st down, makes it 3rd down and 13. Here's Williams. And the tackle is made to save the first down by McDougal.
That is a great job by Bradley McDougal because of the coverage by Seattle. Good read by Aaron Rodgers, getting the ball to Williams, and then McDougal has to be able to make that play. Here he is right here in the middle, but he comes up. There's no one else there. Everyone else is run off. You can see how much field that Williams has with the markers right there. That's a great open field tackle.
So the offensive pass interference against Lazard costs Green Bay that first down and now a punt. Line drive. Moore gets away from Valdez-Scantling, and a decent return up near the 43-yard line. 46-yard punt, 11-yard return, and Oren Burks made the stop. The greatest day in all of racing returns. The Daytona 500 kicks off the 2020 NASCAR season February 16th right here on Fox.
Oh, right now, Seattle, they come in with the extra lineman. They bring in George Fant, number 74. And last week when Dwayne Brown, really the last few weeks when Dwayne Brown's been out, they've had to give up some of that. And because of all of the issues they've had along that offensive front, they use the 6th offensive lineman more than any team in football. And it gives them better pass protection. It also helps them within the run game, having a big extra body out there.
Play action from Wilson, stands well protected and throws high. Incomplete from Malik Turner. Turner was wide open and Russell Wilson missed him. Then it was nearly a pick.
Yeah, he had him. He definitely had him. He's got a clear shot, just sticking it on him, and that ball obviously should have been intercepted.
Kevin King, who had 5 interceptions during the regular season, missed his chance there. Wilson floats it, has a man, passes caught, Lockett. What a beautiful throw by Russell Wilson, and Tyler Lockett hit in stride for 28 yards to quiet the crowd.
Well, Green Bay comes up, they lock up man-to-man on the outside, single high safety, just one-on-one.
Defense, number 23. Penalties declined. Result of the play is a first down.
Tyler Lockett, you see that's what Kevin King was kind of looking back as though Lockett had maybe done something to him.
They called Jair Alexander, at least that's the number they called, for a hold on that play. Obviously declined. They take that nearly 30-yard completion to Lockett, which takes the ball to the 30. Play action again from Wilson. No pressure until now, and Wilson throws it away. DK Metcalf, the closest one to it, coming off that huge game. 7 catches, 160 yards for a franchise playoff record and an NFL rookie playoff record at Philadelphia. Handoff here to Lynch with the extra offensive lineman in the game. A gain of 3. Third down upcoming with the Seahawks inside field goal range for Jason Myers already.
Well, we had a chance to visit with offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer, and he said that we're going to see a lot more of Marshawn Lynch in this ball game. He's got a couple games under his belt. You always worry about conditioning a guy who hasn't been playing and whether or not he's going to pull something. But they know they need to ride him. But so far, the Packers have been up for the challenge.
Third down and 7. Wilson throws, pass incomplete for the tight end Hollister. That'll bring up 4th down.
Packers bring a little bit of pressure up inside. They've got a chance to Hollister. I'm not sure even if he catches that. Shannon Sullivan was right there in coverage. He was short of the markers when this ball was dropped. It would have been close.
45-yard drive by Jason Myers, first year with the Seahawks. Myers knocks it through with ease. We go back to 1999, the last time the Seahawks came to Lambeau and won. The Matrix was released. Our pal Jeff Gordon won the Daytona 500. Napster launched. And Mike Holmgren made his return to Green Bay with the Seattle Seahawks. That's John Kitna on the far left. He and the Seahawks got a win. But it's been 8 straight for Seattle here in Green Bay. They've come up short.
Well, these two teams have met, over the years here more recently, and it's just been a matter of where the game has been played as to who's been able to prevail and find a way to win.
Fourth time these two organizations have met in the postseason. Home team has won each of the first 3. 28 seconds left, opening quarter, 7-3 ball game. Possession number 4 for Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
Talk about Aaron Rodgers and the year that he's had and the way that the season ended for him. It was a bit of a struggle, and you talked about some of the throws that he missed there week 17. I do think that against this defense, against a team that primarily plays zone coverage, I think this is a game where we have to look back, and he has to have completed 70-75% of his passes.
Keeps it here, out to his left. Throws for Adams. Davante Adams with a first down across the 35. And that can take us, if the Packers so choose, to the end of the first quarter.
Such a great job by Davante Adams. He is the first choice on every pass for Aaron Rodgers, but he gave him a place to go with the football and created some separation.
7-3 game after 1. This Fox NFL special returns after these messages and a word from your local Fox station. Start of the second quarter. Packers leading by 4. Green Bay 18-5 all time here at home in the postseason. Leading after 1. Rodgers fakes it, throws it. Adams, he's been busy. Big play again into Seattle territory. McDougal forced him out after a catch and run of 18 yards.
Well, because of where Adams comes from, he's clear on the other side of the formation. So off of that bootleg, it is awfully hard for the defense then to see that. Bradley McDougal, he's the one to that side where Davante Adams is coming to, but he doesn't see him in time, and he's already got a couple steps on him, and pretty easy execution there for the Packers.
Already up to 63 yards and a touchdown for Adams. Rodgers throws, guess who? Inside the 35 and still breaking tackles to the 31.
Well, this is too easy. He's in there in the slot formation. They run play action. It gets the intermediate defenders to come up, and he's got the whole middle of the field to work. There's nobody within 10 yards of him.
Davante Adams with 78 yards so far, and you see that graphic. Seattle as a team with just 52.
You good?
Quick throw, pass caught. And a nice gain on first down by Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Gain of 8. The night before Super Bowl 54, the NFL's brightest stars will come together to salute the best players, plays, and moments from the NFL's 100th season. Tune in to NFL Honors, hosted by Steve Harvey, on Saturday, February 1st at 8 Eastern on Fox.
Well, the Seattle Seahawks, they've seen about enough. Jadeveon Clowney, he was not in the game to start this possession, had not been on the field at all. And Aaron Rodgers just kind of picking them apart. They just ran him out. See if he can't maybe do something disruptive.
Another throw. Pass is caught by Jones. Flag on the play, 2 of them, and Jones spins down to the 11. We'll see if the play stands.
Well, they might get Elton Jenkins for a block in the back. I'm not sure it was really necessary either for him. There's
illegal block in the back. Offense, number 74. 10-yard penalty. Replay second down.
You get that much mass moving in one direction, sometimes it's a little hard to pull up.
Well, the rookie took over for good week 3, and he's made every start since. That's his 9th penalty of the season.
He's had a heck of a season too. Like you said, he took over week 3. He's then been entrenched there at left guard, a second-round pick out of Mississippi State. And he had a nice rookie season, and he's going to be a great player in this league.
So instead of 1st and 10 at the 11, it's 2nd and 12 back at the 33. Blitz, Adams, contact, and a flag. Shaq Griffin out there for Seattle.
Definitely a lot of contact on this route. There's the push and the hand jostling.
Defense, number 26. Ball replaced. It's not a foul. First down, Green Bay.
He gets into the chest there of Davante Adams. They moved Jadeveon Clowney over in front of Jared Valdir, again, who is in the lineup tonight, made the start for Brian Bulaga. He held up well. Rodgers got the one-on-one look, and they get the penalty. So Elton Jenkins, who backed him up with the block in the back, they're able to pick that up and then some.
Shaquille Griffin had just 1 penalty called against him all year for a hold. He gets the pass interference here, and on first down, Jones cuts back. And Aaron Jones gains 3. Here's Aaron Andrews about Brian Bulaga.
Yeah, well, you guys mentioned Jared Valdir being in the game. We had mentioned before the start, Brian Bulaga questionable to play with an illness. And speaking with Matt LaFleur during pregame warmups, this was something that the entire team has been dealing with, but he said it was really hitting the practice squad. And he said Bulaga woke up this morning and he said, what a way to wake up on a playoff morning. He's sick. They didn't know what they could get out of him. And then obviously he left the field after warmups, Joe.
So far, so good for Valdir. Flag, free play, and incomplete for Davante Adams. Seattle came across early as Rodgers tried to find 17 yet again.
Offside. Defense, number 97. The 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
That's Puna Ford right over the center, so he's the one who hears it better than anybody else, with Aaron Rodgers using the hard count. I don't think there's anybody better at that in football than Aaron Rodgers, and just didn't have enough to work with. Time after time we see that. He's able to take a shot down the field, but just nothing to try to drive it into the end zone.
Jones on the toss. Sets up 1st and goal. Jaron Reed and KJ Wright combined on the stop, a gain of 5. And Jadeveon Clowney comes out. He's been bothered by a core muscle injury. Now he's bent over on the sideline, injured here.
You see the hand signals right here. That bottom, that right hand, he's giving him the arrow, the index finger, to let him know which direction they're going to run the play. He had the option to go either way with it.
a little push pass, and it's incomplete. Just trying to push it to Davante Adams. So far, the Seahawks have not been able to prove that they can cover number 17 for Green Bay.
No, they have not, and this is one of the reasons why you do it the way that teams now do it, with that push pass, so that if it's not handled properly, it is an incomplete pass.
We'll keep an eye on Clowney on the sideline. That's where he is on 2nd and goal. Jones. Wagner. What a play by the all-pro middle linebacker. Crowd wants a flag. And Bobby Wagner pleads his case that he did not push Aaron Jones to the ground. No flag.
That's such a great job by Bobby Wagner right there in the middle, and he's able to just feel it right there, and he fills that gap and just stones Aaron Jones. I didn't think there was much there either. The crowd thought that Bobby Wagner was slamming him to the ground.
Now 3rd and goal. And the final timeout of the half taken by Green Bay, which gives us a chance to look ahead. Shakira and Jennifer Lopez take center stage at the Pepsi Super Bowl 54 halftime show. Tune in February 2nd right here on Fox. Well, Aaron Jones has been successful pounding it into the end zone all year long. 19 total touchdowns, 16 on the ground, and the total touchdowns tied for the most in the NFL with Christian McCaffrey.
Aaron Rodgers, he's trying to get the play in. He's hollering at the sidelines with about 17 seconds on that play clock to get the call in, and of course it gets shut off at 15. And therefore they burn their last timeout. So now, with no timeouts, they don't have the ability to challenge anything here for the rest of the half.
And have only one left for the remainder of the game. 3rd down and goal. Clowney on the bench. Jones. He got there for the touchdown. Scoring play, so it is automatically reviewed, and we'll make sure that Aaron Jones did break the plane before the knee touched down.
Boy, it is awfully close. You look at where the ball is and trying to navigate all the bodies to see what you can tell. But I don't know that there is enough. He runs right into Elton Jenkins there, the left guard. He's trying to get a push. He just keeps churning, trying to get it across. And they felt that he did.
I think that last look certainly makes it look like he broke the plane of the end zone, but they're still looking at it. Mike?
No, I think, Joe, when you get the shot down the line, you just can't see the ball. And to me, this is one of those. I thought at first it was short, but then that last lunge that we just saw, to me, I don't think that there's anything that would allow you to overturn that.
And now they've confirmed it. And both touchdowns have come on 3rd down. 20th score on the year for Aaron Jones. And it's 14-3. The number 2 seeded Green Bay Packers leading at home by 11.
We want the ball, we're going to score.
Plenty of history between between these two organizations, the Seahawks and the Packers. Fourth meeting in the postseason between these two. That NFC Championship game 5 years ago that the Seahawks came storming back down 16-0 after a half of play, won it 28-22 on the walk-off touchdown to Jermaine Kearse. Packers won playoff games here at home over Seattle the 03 and 07 seasons. Here's a return by Homer, can't get to the 20. Oren Burks downfield again for a special teams tackle. We saw Jadeveon Clowney leave on that last series. What do you know, Chris Myers?
Well, at first over on the sideline, we thought it was a muscle pull, but when he came over here, he indicated to his teammates and he was keeled over in pain. I mean, eye-watering pain. And I don't know how you say this on television. Let's just say he got hit in the family jewels, and eventually he walked it off, told him he was okay, grabbed his helmet, wanted to be in on that goal line stand. They said, just wait, he'll be ready for the next defensive series, at least as ready as one can be.
Okay, Chris.
All right, Chris.
Attaboy. Here is Marshawn Lynch. Chris Myers going weird science on us. Gain of 1. Kevin King came down to make the tackle with Kyler Fackrell.
Well, right now, 14-3 ball game. There's still lots of football left to be played, and Seattle certainly knows that. They're not going to abandon what they do, but yet what they want to do isn't working for them, and that is Marshawn Lynch and running the football. And the Packers have just stymied him, much like Philadelphia did last week.
Only 2 first downs so far for Seattle. Pass downfield and a big one. Caught by Lockett. But a flag is down back outside the 40 in the secondary, and will get the call.
That's
there's the flag.
Yeah,
That's
Jair Alexander. Wilson initially. He's trying to get the ball out there.
Holding defense, number 23. Penalties decline. Yards gain is the first down.
What a job by Russell Wilson. He's got Darius Smith. They'll move him around. The Packers will. He comes right up the gut, and he gets the pressure on Wilson. Wilson buys himself some time and delivers a really great throw. Then to Lockett in the middle of the field for a play that they desperately needed to keep this thing going.
Yeah, 31 yards to Tyler Lockett as Darnell Savage came off the field a moment ago. The rookie who's had a strong year. Will Redmond has taken his spot at safety. Fake it to Lynch. Wilson's got all day. And ends up turning it into a positive play of a 3-yard gain. Tyler Lancaster made the stop for Green Bay.
Well, DK Metcalf coming off that big game. So what they do is they roll to his way here. They play deep over there. They play quarters to one side, halves to the other. So it gives help to the big play receiver DK Metcalf, and then it allows them to keep a safety who can drive down and help in the run game if necessary. I think that time Seattle outthought themselves a little bit. They could have had an easy completion out on the boundary.
Here's a pass caught by Metcalf, his first catch, as Wilson had to roll out to his right. Saw that a lot last week against Philadelphia. Gain of 13 and a first down.
Well, when you're playing man coverage against him as Kevin King is, and you're trying to navigate bodies across the field, that's hard to do for a guy that runs a 4.3. He's got tremendous speed, and of course at 6'4" and 230 pounds. It's pretty incredible. I know what happened with him in college. He battled some injuries, but the fact that he slid to the second round, there's a lot of teams that wish they had stepped up and taken him.
Here's Moore. And he gets hit hard inside the 30, but a nice gain of 6 yards on first down. Jair Alexander made the tackle. Mike Pettin trying now to figure out how to slow down this Seattle attack. 2nd and 4. Here's Wilson ducking the rush for a moment, but then brought down, and it's Darius Smith again.
Well, here's what they're going to do. Free release him. So they only have 2 blockers to block 3 guys who are coming, and you're going to see the job that they do. They got 3 rushers coming, only 2 blockers, free release in the tailback, and Russell Wilson doesn't see that. That ball has got to come out, and it's got to come out to the back that's on the swing.
Goodson, the first one that got through, and Smith gets the sack. His second, 3rd and 8. Wilson to his left. Throws it incomplete with Blake Martinez right in his face.
Well, they go with a wide rush from Darius Smith, only he comes underneath. As you're going to see, he comes underneath here, and it opens up. This is dangerous when you're talking about Russell Wilson, and then he's able to get out on the edge. But with Blake Martinez then being able to roam free and cut it off, forces the ball out of his hands quickly. It's a nice job. A good drive there by Seattle, but Green Bay is able to make a stop when they needed to.
Big that Wilson didn't take a sack, however, as Myers comes on to try it from 50. Missed it. And now the Packers will have it at their own 40. Already leading by 11. Jason Myers 1 for 2 here at Lambeau. How good is the Super Bowl winning lineage at quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, from Bart Starr to Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. Winners of Super Bowls 1 and 2, 31 and 45.
Pretty great what they've had here in Green Bay, going from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers, is like what we saw in San Francisco from Joe Montana to Steve Young.
Here's Irvin on a toss, using his speed, taking it inside Seattle territory. Wagner with a tackle, but a carry of 18 yards by Tyler Irvin.
Well, Tyler Irvin is an interesting guy. He didn't join the team until week 14. He was released by Jacksonville, and they go out and pick him up, and he's a versatile guy. And what they like about him is what he's able to do in the return game, but also his versatility and another weapon. As we know, they've been really not a lot of weapons offensively in order for Aaron Rodgers to get the ball to like he's had in the past, but he's one of those guys.
Here's Jones inside the 40, and then Jones and Lazard came together, and Lazard got the worst of that.
Well, they sure did. They're going to come out and check him out.
Right into the right leg of Allen Lazard. Timeout on the field here in Green Bay. Well, Allen Lazard, who has taken on more responsibility as a second or third receiver for the Green Bay Packers here down the stretch, is into that pop-up medical tent after getting hit by Aaron Jones. On that last 3-yard play, now 2nd and 7. Pass caught. Davante Adams. No answers for number 17 yet for Seattle's defense, a gain of 10.
Well, the Packers, when they go 2 tight ends like they are right here, it creates a one-on-one in the secondary by Seattle. They go single high safety, and it's just about every time. And so they know with 2 tight ends that they're going to have one-on-one out on the wide receivers, and one-on-one on Davante Adams. That's a heavy favorite for the Green Bay Packers and all the things that he's able to do. Not many guys can cover him.
Pass is bobbled and incomplete for Kumaro. Looked like it was there, and number 16, Jake Kumaro, second-year player from Wisconsin Whitewater, just could not secure it going out of bounds.
Yeah, just not able to handle it. And as we were talking about, that with the, as a quarterback, you go to the guys who you have the most confidence in, and there was a time when the Packers would go 3 deep with Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb and Davante Adams, but Adams is the lone guy now for Aaron Rodgers.
Lazard is headed into the locker room. Here's one out on the edge. Catch is made. Clowney on the tackle, and a flag on the tackle of Sternberger, as Clowney looked like he got a lot of face mask.
Well, the helmet almost came off, so he got a lot of something. Take a look at it, and
I don't know if he got the face mask, so the officials are talking about it.
And it didn't look like he reached underneath. There's no real opening in the helmet. He definitely got a hold of the helmet. I don't know.
Yeah, and the helmet does include the helmet opening, but he's got to be underneath, like you say. They're taking a look at it now, having the discussion between the two, because the downfield official is the one that came in through it. So we'll see what the discussion brings out.
Personal foul, grabbing the helmet opening. Defense, number 90, penalties half the distance to the goal line. First down, Green Bay.
Pete Carroll looking up at the replay. Grab it. The helmet opening was the call.
A real tight play you see on that last shot. Was he underneath? You see why it was called. I really don't think it is, though.
3.5 to go in the half, and the ball is just outside the 13-yard line of Seattle. Green Bay 2 for 2 in the red zone. Different story for this Seahawk defense compared to last week against the Eagles, where they held tight down here. Rodgers to his right, fakes the throw and slides down. Back to the line of scrimmage. Aaron, what do you know about Alan Lazard?
Alan Lazard questionable to return with an ankle injury. When I talked to Aaron Rodgers about him yesterday, he said he is a young player that's just confident. You don't see young guys come in that much that have this much confidence, hoping they can get him back.
Picked off the practice squad of the Jaguars last year.
Well, this is a Seattle defense that they've had their share of problems down here in the red zone. They were good on Sunday against the Eagles, keeping them out of the end zone. They need to come up with a stop on this possession.
Here's Jones. Nice cut. Knocked down right at the marker by Trey Flowers.
Really nice job. They run the trap and they come back underneath that. Aaron Jones, great vision, seeing the hole on the backside. Good block there by left guard Elton Jenkins.
And a yard short of first down yardage, maybe less than a yard. 2-minute warning. Seahawks don't jump. An important third down play when we resume at Lambeau. Right now, Pack up 11. Well, so far the job done by Matt LaFleur in finding opportunity for Davante Adams has been impressive, and this is first game as a head coach in the playoffs. Up by 11, a chance for more. Right now, 3rd down and 1 with the ball inside the 5. 2 tight ends in the game for the Packers. Rodgers takes it and gets it. And that is the first time this season that Aaron Rodgers has carried on 3rd down or 4th down and 1, and now some shoving after the play as Rodgers gets the first down to bring up 1st and goal. The Seahawks have taken a timeout.
A nice push right there in the middle. You see the opening. That was pretty easy. Most of the time you'll see these defensive fronts, they'll get in the gaps on each side of the center to prevent that from happening, but because the Packers have not run the quarterback sneak, they They gave that lane. Sometimes the quarterback has the ability to just simply take it on his own as well, and that could have very well been what happened there.
Only 9 rushing first downs for Aaron Rodgers all year. And again, that's his first carry on 3rd or 4th and 1. Seattle took a timeout. They have 2 left. First and goal for Green Bay from the 2. Jones did not get there. Just kept out by about half a yard. 2nd and goal. And timeout is taken by Seattle. Let us find out with 1:40 left in the half what's coming our way at halftime. Kurt?
You guys are freezing in Green Bay. Just know we feel you. It barely broke 60 here in Los Angeles, so I got to race back inside to do the Visa halftime, where we'll talk about the first half of your game and next week's title tilt between the Chiefs and the Titans. It's all coming up on the Visa halftime.
I knew that was coming. But if you're going to be freezing, Kurt, this is about the best place to be freezing, Lambeau Field.
Boy, that's for sure. Lambeau in January. It's been a little while.
Rodgers and the Packers on 2nd and goal. Jones. Well played by Seattle. Back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Made a move before he got to the line of scrimmage. Trey Flowers was in there, was not alone for Seattle. Quandre Diggs as well.
Quandre Diggs, he comes in. He's able to finish it off. Flowers, that's a great move right there by Aaron Jones trying to get inside that. But Diggs is the one who is able to just finish him off and fill in that gap. And boy, he has really helped solidify that safety position when they were able to pick him up. Little face mask there, but that's a great job. This defense, I mean, I know they gave up the touchdown, but they've been pretty tough down here running the football. Big 3rd down here. There's Kenny Norton, the defensive coordinator.
2nd year in that position for Pete Carroll.
I think this is 4 downs right now for Green Bay, but this is huge for Seattle.
Clowney came across. Play never happened. They blew it dead. But it will just move it closer to the end zone if indeed it's against Jadeveon Clowney.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 90. Clowney's half the distance to the goal line. We play 3rd down.
That's the 9th time Jadeveon Clowney has been guilty of that infraction this season. That moves the ball inside the 1. Jones, touchdown Packers.
This side over here, they on the left side of that offensive line, Mercedes Lewis in there at tight end just totally collapses the line of scrimmage. And what great vision there by Aaron Jones.
That is the 6th time Aaron Jones has rushed for multiple touchdowns in a game. That's the most in the NFL this year, and all 3 Packer touchdowns have come on 3rd down.
Watch this block here by number 89, Mercedes Lewis, and the hole then that Aaron Jones has to work with. That's a great job. Mercedes Lewis, he's been in the league a long time, 14th year. And that's what he has carved out for himself with Green Bay, is, you know, being more of a blocker, but finishing off that drive. Coming away with 21 points right here before the end of the half. That's a great job up front.
If you include the postseason, Aaron Jones now 1 behind Amon Green for total touchdowns in a single season. And Mercedes Lewis, you're right, he's been at it a long time. 14-year career, just his 3rd time in the postseason. I'll just tee you up. Where did he go to college?
Of course, UCLA.
A minute 30 left. Seahawks without any timeouts. Travis Homer will give it a shot. Drives his way just shy of the 25. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the NFL 100 celebration. The NFL is calling all fans to vote on which moment should be crowned the greatest in league history. To cast your vote on the 16 iconic moments that have advanced so far, go to NFL.com/greatest moment. The winning moment will be unveiled on Super Bowl Sunday right here on Fox. Well, can Seattle get anything here before the half as they trail by 18?
Well, there's plenty of time. They don't have any timeouts, but it's time for them to get something going.
Wilson maneuvers in the pocket, throws a laser, and it's caught by Lockett for 14 yards.
You know, down here on DK Metcalf, first of all, good job by Tyler Lockett being able to go down and make the play. They're playing one-on-one outside. Soft coverage down here at the bottom. Jair Alexander on DK Metcalf.
On first down, that's where they go. Metcalf hops out of bounds to stop the clock. And on first down, a gain of about 9.
Yeah, defensively, you're not going to come up and try to challenge this guy after the game that he had last week and his size. So you play soft, especially in this situation. You get a lot of easy completions, and you can get down there in pretty good position to then take a shot and come away with a touchdown. Certainly come away with 3 points, but they're going to back up some yardage right now with Dwayne Brown going early.
But no 10-second runoff. The clock was stopped.
Ball start. Offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
More injuries up front for Seattle, Chris.
Yeah, rookie Phil Haynes is in at left guard for Jamarco Jones, who went with the team doctor to the locker room. He's questionable with a head injury. And remember, he was playing for starter Mike Iupati. So they're down an offensive lineman, Joe.
And that's been the story of the season for Seattle. Second down and 6. Clark can't bring down Russell Wilson until now. Clark didn't give up. He missed the early sack and then came back around and brings down Russell Wilson inside the 40, a loss of 2.
And who's he working against? The guy who came in at left guard, the rookie Phil Haynes at left guard. So here's Kenny Clark, and he's the one who's able to get past Haynes, push him back. Initially, as you said, Russell Wilson avoids him, but he comes back and makes the play.
Wilson takes off right up the middle and will get a first down into Green Bay territory with 17 seconds left and counting.
Gotta hurry up and get this ball clocked.
10 seconds left, and they're going to need to bite off some more yardage to have a shot. Remember, earlier in this quarter, Jason Myers missed from 50 in this direction.
Well, his career long is 58, and so that would require to match that, getting to the 40, which is just another 8 yards, but you're contending with just 10 seconds. So they've got to complete this and get it out of bounds.
Timeout taken now by
maybe Green Bay. They had 12 men on the field.
12 men. Defense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Packers out of timeouts. They stopped the clock, and they, before the snap, called the penalty as Fackrell was trying to get off the field.
Yep.
Watch Fackrell try to get off the field, and they just blew it dead and called the 5-yard penalty. Now the ball's sitting at the 43.
Well, they're soft up here at the top. if they want to try to complete it, they got to understand there is safety.
Wilson going to air it out and go for it all. End zone and incomplete. And no time remains on the clock as Amos knocked it away. So they didn't try for a shorter play and then a field goal. Russell Wilson instead gets knocked to the ground, and the pass incomplete as Amos knocked it away. 21-3 at the half. Visa halftime coming up after this from your local Fox station. These fans are ready to roll. It is cold in Green Bay. Have I mentioned that yet? Rodgers backs up, throws. Adams, touchdown, Green Bay. Jones, touchdown, Packers.
What great vision there by Aaron Jones.
That was tonight's game flow brought to you by Progressive. 18-point game at the half. Seattle about to start the second half with the ball. Welcome to the booth. I'm Joe Buck along with the Hall of Famer. One of many around here these days, at least on Fox. Troy Aikman. What a great first half for the Green Bay Packers. And if we came on saying that it was all on Russell Wilson for Seattle, it feels that's true even more so in the second half.
Yeah, even more so, obviously, because of the score, but also because they've not been able to get the running game going now for the second week in a row. The Marshawn Lynch, who we thought might have a little more success. This is a defense for Green Bay that has given up some yards on the ground, but they have been tough tonight. And don't count Russell Wilson out. This guy, we've seen it way too many times, but it's going to have to start, in my opinion, on this drive. I mean, even though it's the first possession here of the second half, it's time for them to show that they're capable of putting something together. And if they do that, it will be game on.
Short kickoff, and on the dead sprint, Travis Homer on the return is able to cross the 30 where he is stood up. Sternberger in on the stop, was not alone. 21-yard return. Chris Myers.
Well, Pete Carroll sprinted out of the locker room, Joe. There was no rally rah-rah speech. He just said to the team, we've been down here before. We know what to do. We have Russell Wilson. On defense, Davante Adams, they'd like to put Shaquille Griffin on him, but they move Adams around, as Troy has pointed out. So that's an adjustment. They may double him more. He said they're not going to give up on the run game, but it may mean more about Russell Wilson running as well as throwing.
Yeah, so far the ground game, nothing. Lynch out there on the field. Packers were number 3 defending the run this season. Play action. Wilson throws and just able to get rid of it as Preston Smith was draped all over him.
Well, you're going to see the motion by Wilson as he comes out. They're trying to come off of this and throw across the field to Tyler Lockett, but because of the pressure by Preston Smith, Russell Wilson isn't even able to just set up and try to make a play. Right out of the gate, they're trying to take a shot down the field. Just not able to secure the edge with these edge rushers.
Trying to use play action as well, which doesn't have the same impact when you can't run. A gain of 4 by Marshawn Lynch, brought down by Blake Martinez. Aaron Andrews now.
Matt LaFleur isn't counting Russell Wilson out, and he told his team, our mindset is it's 0-0. Keep doing what you're doing because we know what Seattle can do. He was happy with his defense, thought they got good pressure on Wilson, emphasized some missed tackles and that missed interception offensively. He was happy with how balanced they were, and by the way, Alan Lazard, wide receiver, he is back.
Jamarco Jones is out for the rest of the game. Started at left guard for Seattle with a concussion. Russell Wilson on third down, going to run for it, and there he goes. Exactly what Seattle needed. Takes it inside the Green Bay 45. And a big play for Wilson and the Seahawks, and a carry of 22 yards.
Well, it looked initially like Darius Smith is going to be the guy, number 55, who's kind of responsible there in the middle. But then as he starts to rush again on the outside, it opens up that middle running lane then for Russell Wilson. And that's some of the discipline. It's hard. I mean, you put your ears back. You're trying to come after the quarterback on third down. And if you're not disciplined enough, you create those lanes. And Russell Wilson exploits it.
Now they try to run it with Homer, who is able to drive inside the 40 to the 39. That's the second time Russell Wilson has run for a first down on third down. He's 0 for 3 trying to throw it on third down.
Well, he's the leading rusher, and he's all that they've had. He's all they had last week when they ran the football. Here comes Big George Fant once again as the extra lineman. Now, when we saw it earlier in the game, they haven't run as much of that here in this one, but when we saw it earlier, they went play action.
Fullback in the game, Nick Bellore. Play action here yet again. Pass is high. What a good catch by Metcalf. And that was all the rookie DK Metcalf, who is 6'4". He went up to get it for 24 yards.
Yeah, that's the benefit of having a guy like him. That's a great route. It's a really nice job on his part. In that zone coverage, he slides just enough in order to make that an easier throw for Russell Wilson. It gets away from him a little bit. Sometimes these cold balls are hard to throw, and he's able to go up and make a nice play on the ball.
First time in the red zone for Seattle offensively. Play action. Pass caught by Lockett. Makes a move on Alexander and dives down inside the 10. He gets 6.
Well, that's good work. This is a really nice job coming out here to start this second half with this kind of drive. Now just finish it. Like I said, if they're able to close this to an 11-point ball game, they tighten things up, put a little bit more pressure back on the Packers, and anything can happen.
Here's Lynch. Lost half a yard. Blake Martinez, who is a tackling machine for this Packer defense, made the stop.
Yeah, he just hits it right downhill. They go again with the 6th offensive lineman. This time they actually run it. But here's Blake Martinez, number 50. He just shoots it right there. He's able to get past the center, and along with some other help, make a big play.
Third down and 4. Pass is caught by Hollister, and he almost got the first down with that last lunge. He looks to be inches short. And Chandon Sullivan is slow to get up. And if he is inches short, you're trailing by 18 points on the road. We'll see what Pete Carroll wants to do if it's 4th down.
Yeah, I don't think there's much of a decision for Pete Carroll.
What a job by Hollister. He was going to be well short until that effort right there.
Really great job by him. And you know, if there's the hit by Marshawn Lynch,
I think Lynch gets an assist.
Yeah, that puts Sullivan then, you know, on the ground, and they're tending to him. You know, if Russell Wilson, that ball got away from him a little bit, was a little bit behind. Hollister makes a nice play on it to even make the catch.
Take a break as they check on Chandon Sullivan. It is 4th down. Big play coming. Chandon Sullivan appears to be okay. It is 4th down, less than 1.
Well, there was a time you would just turn and hand the ball to number 24, Marshawn Lynch, and you'd pick it up. It hadn't been that easy here in recent weeks.
They roll out. Pass is caught. Lockett just short of the end zone, but it will be 1st and goal from inches away as they throw it on 4th and less than 1.
Similar play we saw earlier from the Green Bay Packers, from where Lockett came over off of that play action to Lynch.
Awfully close to a touchdown. Lynch is in for the score. Lockett came close, and Lynch able to reach across for a much needed Seattle Seahawks touchdown.
Pretty tough running there by Marshawn Lynch, and it's just 2nd and 3rd effort on his part. They get the push the Packers do. Tyler Lancaster, he's back there in the backfield. There comes Kenny Clark, and it's just good, tough running by Marshawn Lynch, getting it in.
That is the 11th career rushing touchdown in the postseason for Marshawn Lynch in 13 games. Seattle able to get it downfield, get it into the end zone, trailing by 11. We're right back after this from State Farm. Well, Marshawn Lynch has been back with Seattle for 3 games now, and he's got 3 rushing touchdowns. Had one on an impressive 5-yard carry at Philly last week. Had one against the 49ers week 17. And after taking 14 months away from the game because of the injuries to the top 3 backs, all on IR for Seattle, he's brought back and he's able to reach across for the score to make it an 11-point game.
Well, you said Russell Wilson, he had to load the team up on his back and get him back into this, and that's exactly what he did on that drive. Some big throws and the big play on the scramble.
We go back to the 2014 NFC Championship game. After trailing 19-7 late in the 4th quarter of that game, the Seahawks went to work. We were there, and so many things had to break right for the Seahawks to have a chance. And when they got their chance, they made the most of it. It ended on the game-winning touchdown pass to Curse to send Seattle to Super Bowl 49. A heartbreaking loss to New England in that one. Rodgers out to his left. Throws it away.
Just nowhere to go with the football for Aaron Rodgers. He's trying to see if maybe Davante Adams could create a little separation. He's unable to. The secondary there by Seattle. Once Rodgers breaks contain so many times over the years, we've seen the big plays down the field, and those have just not really been there this year.
On 2nd down, Jones out of the backfield makes the catch up to the 39. 3rd down coming up after a gain of 4. For 7 on 3rd down are the Packers. Rodgers down the middle. Jimmy Graham for the 1st down to the 45.
Well, Seattle, they try to come up and hug with their linebackers. Bobby Wagner's up there. KJ Wright, he's up in there. And then Jimmy Graham, he runs the deep route across the seam, and a perfect throw then by Aaron Rodgers drops it in beautifully.
Longest play of the game for Green Bay, 27 yards to the former Seahawk and longtime Saint Jimmy Graham. On 1st down, Aaron Jones to the 40. Back to that conversion.
Yeah, well, here's Jimmy Graham. He's going to come across the field, and here's KJ Wright. He's up in the line of scrimmage, and Jimmy Graham is basically able to get in behind him because he's up hugging the line of scrimmage, acting as though he may come on the blitz. Rodgers knows that then he's got a foot race on his hands, and whether or not he can drop the ball in there, which he was able to do.
2nd down and 6. Pass wide open. Adams makes the catch, makes a move, sprinting for the end zone. answer by the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, and a nice designed route by Matt LaFleur. Watch the action by Aaron Rodgers. He's going to act as though he's going to roll out, then to his right. And you're expecting Davante Adams to continue on the move on the deep crosser. But instead, he puts his foot in the ground. He comes back out towards the boundary, and they're able to get an easy completion. And that's all it really should have been.
Out of a 3 tight end set. And the longest play of the game, 40 yards for the touchdown. And Davante Adams, what a weapon for Aaron Rodgers. 7 catches, 128 yards, now 2 touchdowns. Packers back up 18. It's an 18-point game again. Aerial coverage brought to you by State Farm. Davante Adams, who has more touchdown catches than anyone in the NFL over the last 4 years, has 2 in this ball game. Homer can't make the 20. Jake Kumaro downfield to make the stop. Back to the touchdown.
Yeah, well, this route that Davante Adams runs, and I said it earlier, he can do anything you want a receiver to do. And watch this as he starts across. They're expecting that he's going to continue on the deep crosser. He puts his foot in the ground. He runs a corner route. You got to come up and make a play. I mean, for Davante Adams to be able to score a touchdown on that completion, just not very good by the Seattle Seahawks, but good action in the backfield. And the Packers are just exposing, you know, this defense, and they have lived on the ability to create takeaways. The Packers just simply do not turn the ball over very often, and it's once again up to Russell Wilson,
who steps into the throw, and it's short of Lockett.
You know, this defense, as we've said over the years, I mean, we're accustomed for such a long time to seeing them be so dominant. I mean, that was the strength of this team, was their ability to shut people down, and it's not been the case here for the last few years, and they've changed up the scheme, and they've tried to piece it together. They'll come out and they'll battle, but they just overall have been a shell of their former self.
Here is Darius Smith coming through. Flags on the play, obviously, and we'll see if he was drawn off or he just said, forget it, I'm going, I don't care what happens.
I think it was the latter.
Encroachment, defense, number 55. It's a 5-yard penalty, still second down.
You know, they started doing that, though. We've seen it tonight. We've seen it over the weeks with Darius Smith, and you know, he's so versatile, of course, edge rusher, but his ability to move around, he did in Baltimore as well, and it creates a bind for these centers because they're not accustomed to having to block one-on-one like the Packers make them, and no center wants to see number 55 lined up over the nose.
Second down and 5 now after the penalty. Wilson cuts back, and he's going to be knocked down close to the marker by Darnell Savage. And they're going to give him enough for a first down for Seattle. New safeties for Green Bay, as opposed to a year ago. The rookie Savage and Adrian Amos brought in from Chicago. Here's Lynch. And he's been bottled up, a gain of 2.
Yeah, you know, earlier in the game, I showed that the Packers were playing a lot of the 5 linemen across the line of scrimmage, and then 5 defensive backs in behind it, and they're able to play the run pretty well. But since they've gotten this lead and they've been able to play the running game so well, they've pretty much just gone to a 4-down front, and they've still handled the run game well.
Wilson flips it, pass caught Lockett. tried to stay upright, would have had a lot of room to run. Instead, it's a 13-yard pickup and a first down.
Well, he almost was able to keep his balance after the Jair Alexander got him enough. But you're right. Yeah, if he had been able to keep his feet, he had some room. And a one-on-one, no telling what might have happened with his abilities.
Up to 90 yards for Lockett. Good protection. Homer out of the backfield makes the catch and gets about 10. Another first down as Ibrahim Campbell made the stop. Your access to awesome is on when the stars of the NFL's 100th season team up. AFC against NFC in the 2020 Pro Bowl presented by Verizon. Sunday, January 26th at 3 Eastern on ESPN and ABC to see amazing plays, mic'd up players, celebrations. Don't miss the Pro Bowl Skills Showdown on Thursday, January 23rd at 9 Eastern on ESPN. Pass caught. Hollister gets 9. It's popped by Blake Martinez at the end.
We talked about the center and the job that they have when Darius Smith lines up. Here he is right here in the middle. And that's tough duty. You're talking about Joey Hunt having to hold up, and
here's Homer delivering a blow and getting a first down as he banged into Blake Martinez.
One thing we do know, though, about Seattle, Joe, is yes, they want to run the football, and they've done it really as well as anybody throughout the season. Last week they ran into a wall against Philadelphia, but then Russell Wilson showed you what he's capable of doing throwing the football, and that's what this game's turned into.
Wilson will go. Made a move, gets a first down as he slides. It was Oren Burks who was frozen in time there for a moment. And Wilson made a little stutter step, went around him for 11.
Well, it looked like Russell Wilson's trying to go to Jerron Brown. There was coverage, though, by the Packers. They rolled the safety out, and haven't had much of an answer for Wilson and his scrambling yet.
Fourth time Russell Wilson has scrambled for a first down. Nowhere to go with it. Instead, he flips it to Wilson, and Luke Wilson takes it down inside the 20. A nifty play in the end as Russell Wilson made the most of a broken down play, a gain of 8.
Well, this is just Russell Wilson being Russell Wilson. I mean, he starts to take off. He realizes he's not going to be able to escape. He sees Luke Wilson and gets in the ball. And this is what I talked about earlier. Sometimes it just seems like Russell Wilson's almost playing the game by himself, just creating plays and willing his team down the field.
He's in trouble here. Somehow stays on his feet and tries to reach for the first down, a yard short. Pressured by Preston Smith. I don't know how Russell Wilson keeps getting away.
Yeah, I don't know either. This is really frustrating for a defense. Preston Smith's in a great position. There are not many guys in this league that get out of that.
Third down and 1. Wilson, another rushing first down and more as he slides to the 7. A gain of 9, and again the best running back for the Seattle Seahawks is their quarterback, Russell Wilson.
Well, with the play action in the backfield and then Marshawn Lynch going to the flat, B.J. Goodson, number 93, he's left with a decision. He's got to either go with Marshawn Lynch, or he's going to come off of him and then try to take Russell Wilson. And it's a well-designed play that gives Russell Wilson a lot of options then in order to pick that up.
First down and goal. Wilson throws, pass is caught for the touchdown. Lockett. Russell Wilson able to engineer that drive and throw for 7 for the touchdown to Lockett.
Yeah, he just buys himself some time. It looked like Jair Alexander at the top of this. He might have gotten away with a little bit as he's grabbing on Tyler Lockett as Russell Wilson's outside the pocket. But these receivers, they're so accustomed to Russell getting outside of the pocket that they do an excellent job of giving him places to go with the football. And Lockett, he's able to create separation, and great job by Seattle coming back and scoring a touchdown once again after Green Bay was able to go down on their last score.
Now the extra point. With 39 seconds left in quarter number 3. Back to an 11-point game. Russell Wilson doing all he can on the road at Lambeau. The touchdown throw. Back after this from your local Fox station. For Russell Wilson, 2 possessions in the second half, 2 touchdown drives. He's gone 9 for 10 throwing it. 5 carries, 48 yards running it. The Seahawks are back in the ball game, but under a minute to go, 39 seconds left in the third quarter. But so far the defense has not shown any ability to slow down Aaron Rodgers and the Packers' offensive attack.
Yeah, or Davante Adams, and I would expect to see something within that scheme to take him out of the picture.
Here is a shorter kickoff returned out across the 25. And that was B.J. Goodson, the linebacker, who got it and returned it for 10. Aaron?
And Joe, right now, the defense for Green Bay is over here on the bench, gassed and frustrated. You see Kenny Clark right there pleading to his defense, just get to the balls. Darius Smith telling me before the game, we just have to cage Russell Wilson in the pocket, unable to do it. I will tell you, during that drive, guys from the defense in and out, hands on their hips, bent over, they were just gassed.
We'll see if Green Bay can answer as they did the last time they had it. After a Seahawk touchdown, here's a toss. Aaron Jones running left, good blocking, good pickup on first down. Sternberger out there, the rookie tight end, delivering a block and a carry of 9 yards for Aaron Jones.
Well, this is a Green Bay offense that came into this game feeling that they could push around this defensive front, and we've seen it. We've seen teams run the football and really beat up on this defensive group, and they certainly did on that last play. And now we go into the fourth quarter, but I'll tell you, Seattle is not going away.
They've proven that in this game and over the last number of years with Wilson. Through 3, back after this from your local Fox station. One of these 2 teams will be in Santa Clara to take on the top-seeded 49ers a week from tonight. 2nd down and 2 as we start quarter number 4. Packers have had their way. Handoff and Jones gets dumped. Bradley McDougal came up. He led the Seahawks in tackles at Philly, and this a loss of 2.
That's a great job by Bradley McDougal. They got Kumaro, who's there in a position to try to cut him off. That's his responsibility, but he just reads it and hits it. Now this is a down that they've got to be able to make a stop. They have not been good. Seattle has not. Green Bay, on the other hand, 6 of 8 converting here on 3rd down tonight.
And they've converted on 4 straight.
They're one-on-one down here with Davante Adams.
On it, on the ball.
Rodgers throws, pass knocked away. Bobby Wagner got his hand on it, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's a great job by Seattle. A good scheme there. You're going to see right here in the middle, he's going to come underneath. So, yeah, Rodgers saw what I saw in that he's got one-on-one only he doesn't read the underneath coverage by Amadi, who's coming underneath that. So even if Wagner doesn't get his hand on the ball, which is a great play by him, they had no chance of completing that pass. There's another way to double. It looked like single coverage, but they actually were doubling Davante Adams.
Scott just gets it away. Line drive punt. Takes a Packers bounce to the 20. Seattle gets it right back. That means that defense has been huffing and puffing right back on the field for the Packers, up by 11. Packers offense on the bench. Packers defense on the field. Russell Wilson having a terrific second half, back to work down by 11. Darius Smith will rush from the defense's left side. Packers came across, free play. Lockett gets hit and hangs on. Kevin King delivered the hit, and on that free play, 19 yards.
It almost looked to me like Wilson was a little undecided as to, how firm he wanted to be with that throw. He lays it up there. Tyler Lockett, he has no idea that he's about to get hit as soon as he makes contact with that football. Tell you, that's a helmet-to-helmet hit too, Joe. I mean, you could almost argue that that's a hit on a defenseless receiver.
It was certainly close. They threw the flag for the offside. The ball is up to the 40, and it was King who delivered the hit, and it's King who's down and getting looked at. What a catch by Lockett. Able to hang on for 19 yards, and the Seahawks a first down at their own 40. We'll take another look at that hit by King on Lockett. It looks like it's helmet to helmet. Actually, the helmet of King into the hands and the football, and it was King who got the worst of the collision. Word from the sideline is King is fine after getting the medical attention. Russell Wilson is able to get back near the line of scrimmage. Preston Smith was there for Green Bay. A loss of 1. That'll go down as a sack.
Boy, Homer's going to come out of the backfield right here, number 25, and the Packers, he gets a chip, and then they turn him loose. And had Russell Wilson have been able to see him and get the ball out, there was something to be had.
Second down and 11. Pass is caught. Metcalf lunging for a first down. After the 4th sack of the game by this Green Bay defense, DK Metcalf for 15 yards.
Well, a lot of bodies right there for DK Metcalf, and he's able, he sees what's out in front of him right there, Jamal Williams, and he's able to catch it and then split it.
15 months removed from the fracture in his neck in his last season at Ole Miss. Last pick of the second round. Wilson flips it to Luke Wilson. Kevin King is there to force him out, back in the ball game, and on that play after a lot of running around.
Well, he had
basically back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he had Metcalf, and it looked like he was looking at him at one point, and I don't know what exactly got him off of that, but this was dangerous. This looked like a backward lateral. Then to Luke Wilson, makes it a live ball, but he has avoided danger. And times they've had chances to get him in for big yardage, which essentially ends drives, and he's been able to get loose.
Wilson throws, pass is caught. Hollister.
Oh, that is so good right there. Jacob Hollister, you look at this tight ends for the Seattle group. None of them were even on the roster when the season began. And Hollister, he stepped up. He's done a nice job since he took over. And for Russell Wilson, this is routine for him. On the move, puts the ball right on the money. And they are driving once again.
Hollister came off the practice squad week 6, had 41 catches during the regular season, 4 in this game. Handoff here to Homer. Brought down from behind at the 21 by Rashawn Gary, the rookie. Jennifer Lopez and Shakira take center stage at the Pepsi Super Bowl 54 halftime show. Tune in February 2nd, right here on Fox. Player is down for Green Bay.
Looks like that might be Tyler Lancaster.
Yeah, I agree. Second-year player from Northwestern. Let's see if we can figure out what happened. There to the right. And now able to pop up. 2nd and 5 when we come back. An 11-point game, 11 minutes left for the Seahawks this year. Their largest deficit overcome to win, 14 points week 6 at the Browns and week 9 against the Bucks. Trailed 2 different times by 18 points tonight. Lancaster on the sideline, but appears to be okay. 2nd down and 5. Wilson keeps, steps up, throws, caught by Homer, able to stop his momentum and set up 1st and goal. Pressure by Preston Smith and Kenny Clark on Russell Wilson, and it turns into a 16-yard catch and run. And Preston Smith is down.
Yeah, he's down, and Russell Wilson, him just knowing where he needed to go with the football to dodge that, make the throw, get crunched, and then, as you said, Homer, on the other hand, all of his momentum is taking him out of bounds, and he's able to catch it, stay in bounds, turn it up the field, and make a nice play out of it. And right now, the bigger concern is Preston Smith for the Green Bay Packers.
Working against Jermaine Ifedi. And Ifedi came down on him. So they look at him with the ball sitting at the 5 and a 1st and goal for Seattle. And it looks like Smith is able to get up, and he is up on his feet. Here's Travis Homer, who again showed great control to stop himself, go down the sideline, and set up this chance.
Yeah, pretty impressed with what he's been able to do. He didn't even get his first NFL carry until week 13 out of necessity because of the injury. Started the year as the 4th running back on the roster. The next thing he knows, at the end of the season, he's the featured guy. He's tough. They like the way he competes. I think that's a theme with every one of these players. It's the kind of guys that John Schneider and Pete Carroll look for. But he's a tough son of a gun, and they're relying on him a little bit more right now with his ability to catch the football. They got the big man, Marshawn Lynch, in the backfield now.
He gets it. And able to take it down near the 1. 4-yard carry by Marshawn Lynch. Started with the Bills, was with Seattle 2010 to 2015, led the NFL twice in rushing touchdowns.
Turn the slot loose. They're getting there now.
2nd and goal. Lynch is in for the touchdown. And Pete Carroll's team keeps fighting as the Seahawks now will go for 2.
They'll go for 2. They hurry up and they get to the line, and the Packers were reeling, trying to get situated, and then they come back and hand the ball to Marshawn Lynch. Again, we get down here and give it to him and let him just bulldoze over a few people. But the Packers have not had an answer for Seattle since this second half began. 3 straight touchdowns for Seattle offensively.
Seahawks 1 for 3 on 2-point tries. The time they were successful, they went to DK Metcalf. At the bottom of the screen. Wilson dropped. Alexander coming off the corner. And it's a 5-point game with 9:33 left.
Well, Russell Wilson just never even sees him coming. I mean, he's looking the other way and just does not anticipate any kind of blitz. Doesn't feel it. That's a great job, Mike Pettin, dialing it up. Not a big blitz team. But down here, the 2-point conversion, needing to make a play, and Jair Alexander gets home.
What a game this is turning into. As the Seahawks have proven over the years, and you said it earlier, they just do not quit. And now welcome inside the broadcast booth. 2 times the Seahawks have trailed by as many as 18 points, and Russell Wilson has been doing his thing here in the second half. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, and a lot of the times it's Russell Wilson who's doing it himself.
Well, we've been seeing it for a number of years now. I mean, can you imagine that there was a time when some people thought that he was merely a bus driver? And you see what he's done here over the last 5-6 years with this football team, and he's been something to watch, and he has been again tonight.
Here's a return by Irvin, able to cross the 25, a 13-yard return. Akeem King with the stop. Time for tonight's Next Gen Stats, powered by AWS. And the numbers in the night for Davante Adams: target rate just under 50% of the time. Aaron Rodgers is looking for number 17. Over 6 yards per route, and his separation. These are all season highs for Davante Adams when they need him the most.
Yeah, they haven't had an answer for him, and as we've said, he's pretty much been the lone guy for Aaron Rodgers, and Seattle knew that coming in. It's Davante Adams and it's Aaron Jones, and they've just not had an answer for Adams, but they did on the last drive.
This ball is tipped in the air by McDougal, able to get his arms up and get a piece of that.
Yeah, McDougal, he's done a nice job around the football, and he's playing the run, but he's able to come up and knock that down. And you know, it's been a while since Green Bay really felt the pressure. You know, they got out to the big lead. They did then at halftime, and slowly Seattle's been chipping away at it. But now with a 5-point lead, there's a lot of urgency right now for number 12.
Time of possession just dominated by the Seahawks in this second half. 2nd and 10. Blitz coming. Pass is incomplete for Adams. Looked like he dropped it. Would have been a short gain with Shaquille Griffin right there.
Well, it was one-on-one, but a little tighter coverage there by Shaquille Griffin, and big 3rd down now here. You see the tight coverage. He's cluing in, and then he's able to drive on it, and it's his hand. He's able to get in there and knock it down. Initially, it looked like maybe Davante Adams dropped it. That doesn't feel good. We talk about the conditions of this field and those longer studs on those cleats, and you get spiked on the toes. That hurts.
There was a foot of Elton Jenkins that got Aaron Rodgers. 3rd down and 10. Blitz again. Pass is caught by Allison for the 1st down. Sliding catch by Geronimo Allison, with Flowers all over him.
Yeah, and you see Aaron Rodgers, he knows that this was Geronimo Allison making a play on the ball, because this is not the throw that Rodgers wanted to make. And he slides in and makes a play, and they went 4 games without Davante Adams, and they won all 4 of them, and it was guys like Geronimo Allison stepping up and helping make plays for Rodgers during that stretch.
We showed you the time of possession and the difference in it. That was a big conversion there. To keep the football for Green Bay, leading by 5. Toss to Aaron Jones to the 40.
Well, that's 3rd and 10. Now, Seattle did what they wanted them to do. They're on 1st and 2nd down. They get them to 3rd and 10, and then they're not able to get off the field. And for Seattle defensively, that really has been the story, is their inability to make stops on 3rd down.
7 for 10. Green Bay 70% converting on 3rd down. Rodgers keeps. Flag on the play. Rodgers carries and then gets looked like dragged down up high around the helmet, but the flag came out well prior to that. KJ Wright is the one who made the stop. Here's the beginning of the play.
Yeah, they're going to get Jadeveon Clowney there for a hold on Davante Adams. That flag came out immediately.
And there's the hit up to the head.
Defense, number 90. 5-yard penalties added to the end of the run. 1st down, Green Bay.
But at that point, Mike Pereira, he's a runner.
That's all you are, is a runner in that situation without a grab of the helmet. That's not a foul. And even though that action of the hold occurred behind the line, it is still a foul to grab and hold a receiver beyond a potential receiver behind the line.
And it's the 3rd penalty in this game against Jadeveon Clowney. So that run plus 5 takes the ball to the Seattle 41.
Yellow Weasel! Yellow Weasel!
Jones to the 40. Yellow Weasel gains them 1 yard.
I was just going to say, Yellow Weasel didn't look so good.
Poona Ford in the middle of the action made that stop. I would say that's pretty well balanced. 24-24. Rush pass for 48 plays. That's Adams. 2nd and 9. Thrown away. Jadeveon Clowney with pressure, and that forced that throw. So another 3rd and long.
Another 3rd and long. Can they make a stop? And Jadeveon Clowney, he's really the key right now as to whether or not he can get back there and apply some pressure. And we talked about what he's been playing through, and I have great respect for those guys that are able to fight through that. There's talk that he's going to require surgery when this season is over, but man, he is out there and he's giving it what he has, and he is a tough man to handle. Here he is right here with his hand in the ground.
3rd down and 9, blitz, sack. Play made by Shaquem Griffin. And for good measure, his brother was right there as well.
Yeah, Shaquem Griffin is right here, and he's going to come around inside, and it's just an outstanding job. They run the twist. They don't pick it up. They're on that right side. Billy Turner does not come off of it and is not able to make a play, and they dial up the blitz. They get home, and Shaquem Griffin has really been used this year as a pass rusher, something he did in college, really more out of necessity, because they just simply were not able to get enough guys to the quarterback. He comes up with really the play of the year for him and force a punt, and now the ball again will be in the hands of Russell Wilson.
His first sack of the year, the Griffin blitz, ends that drive for Green Bay. And a false start.
False start. 51. Offense. That penalty's declined. Remains 4th down.
We've seen this already this postseason, the chance to take some time off the clock. We saw it with the Titans in that win in Foxborough. The clock winds and will wind as far as the Packers will want it to go.
I think all the times the league wants to make changes, and the overreaction that'll be changed probably this offseason too.
They do snap it here with 5:02 left in the ball game, and this one checks up. And an opportunity for the Seahawks with the ball at their own 23, one-score game. Aaron Rodgers limps off the field. The optimistic Pete Carroll fired up with his team down 5. 5-point game. One possession, one score game, and a situation where these two teams have thrived this year. Seattle 11-2, the Packers 8-1 in games decided by 8 points or less.
Well, yeah, it's a Seattle team that has been there and done that, and they believe, and they've been road warriors, and this team never feels like they're not going to come out victorious.
Wilson out to his right, throws, pass is caught for a first down to Lockett, who's had a big game. Sent it down to Chris Myers.
Yeah, Brian Schottenheimer, offensive coordinator for the Seahawks before the game, said Russell Wilson always has the green light to run, but by design, we like when he runs, scrambles in the second half, even if he's not running downfield, moving around to, as was earlier pointed out, tire the defense. It's something that's worked for this Seahawks team in the second half without a great running game.
First down, Seattle. Good protection. Pass is dropped by Malik Turner. Right into the middle of his chest.
Well, the offensive front did such a nice job inside. Joey Hunt in particular. I mean, time after time, he sees big number 55 right in the middle over him, and he's got to battle that. He gets a little help from Marshawn Lynch. Russell Wilson, he knows where he is, and he's got to hang in there and then deliver the football, and he does. Makes a perfect throw, just unable to handle it.
First game back for Malik Turner after suffering a concussion against Arizona Week 16.
There's DK Metcalf at the bottom.
Second down and 10. Wilson looked that way first. Now the pass is caught by Hollister and a strong tackle by Kevin King. A gain of 5.
You know, some of this soft coverage looks, I am a little surprised. I'm real surprised, actually, that in the first half and then through the second half, when the Packers have played some of their soft coverages one-on-one, they're just asking you to throw the ball out there, throw a curl route, just throw something simple and complete the pass and keep the chains moving. Kenny King playing a little bit tighter here at the bottom, but still, there's room to work if you trust Metcalf.
They're down in 5. Russell Wilson is sacked by Preston Smith.
They put Jacob Hollister, the tight end, over to his side to try to widen him out and help, but he just runs right past him, and Russell Wilson, he's avoided that throughout this ball game, but not here. Preston Smith, who got injured with the ankle, comes in off the bench and taped up and makes a big play on third down.
They call them the Smith brothers around here. Preston Smith with 2 sacks in the game. Darius Smith with 2 sacks in the game. Booming punt, but into the end zone. A 64-yard punt, but the ball comes out to the 20. Next Sunday, Fox brings you a new 911 series. New heroes, new city, same call. Rob Lowe and Liv Tyler star in 911 Lone Star 1 week from tonight, only on Fox. And that will be after the NFC Championship game, and who will be playing at the 49ers. Green Bay with the ball and a 5-point lead, trying to make sure they are the team. Handoff here to Aaron Jones, and we'll see if the Seahawks spend their first time out, and they do, as Clowney, who gets a lot of attention for rushing the passer but is also very good playing the run, made that tackle.
Well, it's no secret what Green Bay is going to try to do, and it's a matter of whether or not Seattle is able to make a stop and give Russell Wilson one more opportunity.
Kansas City Chiefs trailed 24-0 early today and came roaring back and won at home over Houston. Seahawks trailed 28-10 with under a minute left in the third quarter. It's now a 5-point game. Packers trying to hang on here and just run out the clock.
That game earlier was one of the more wild games I've seen. It went from a blowout to a great game to a blowout the other way. I mean, it's pretty wild. Congratulations to Kyle Shanahan and Mike Vrabel on their big wins yesterday.
And to Andy Reid for the Chiefs win earlier.
Great job, Seattle, defensively hanging in. He's trying to draw them off sides, pick up an easy 5 yards, and that's great discipline up front for Seattle.
Which team will be the last piece to the championship game playoff puzzle? We've seen the Chiefs and Titans piece their way into the AFC championship game while the 49ers wait. And they are watching with the rest of us to figure out who they're going to play late next Sunday. Green Bay Packers played out there earlier in the year. We're coming off their bye and lost 37-8.
That was a tough ball game for them. They really struggled in that. Aaron Rodgers less than 100 yards passing in that game.
Seahawks and 49ers split. Rodgers keeps and now has to throw it away as he's chased by Clowney, and that stops the clock with 2:19 left.
Well, it was a good idea of getting him out on the edge, because then you have the options of keeping the ball running it, keeping the clock running, and whatever you decide to do. He initially has Robert Tonyan out in front. He comes out off of that fake and has him. He just decided he didn't like it for whatever reason, but then stops the clock.
Third down and 8. Pass to Adams. What a throw and catch. What a play. What a time for it.
Well, they put him in the slot, and Ogo Amadi, he's the one who draws the assignment. He's getting some help from Leno Hill, the safety. He's kind of cheating, and Amadi just can't get beat outside. If he stays to the outside, he's got a little help from the safety in the middle, but he just gets beat immediately off the line of scrimmage, and a perfect throw by the future Hall of Famer.
The 2:12 remains as Aaron Jones gets knocked down, and timeout taken by Seattle. 2:08, one timeout plus the 2-minute warning. The game not over, but Davante Adams with that catch on third down has set up the Green Bay Packers inside Seattle territory with a chance to stamp their ticket now for the NFC Champ game. And Packers postseason record for Davante Adams, the 160 yards, which ironically is the same total that DK Metcalf put up last week for Seattle in Philadelphia.
Well, they got him to third down. They got Aaron Rodgers to throw the ball away to stop the clock. Everything was set up perfectly for him. And the story of the game, third down conversions by the Packers.
8 for 12, 67%. Here's a toss to Jones running left. He takes it to the 45, back to the line of scrimmage, and the Clock is stopped with 2 minutes left. Seahawks with 1 timeout. And another 3rd down for Green Bay when we come back. 2 minutes left. Packers lead by 5, and now 3rd down and 9 with a ball at the Seattle 45.
Well, here it is. Here it is. Seattle has not been good on 3rd down, have not been able to make many stops. This is the game right here. If they're able to make a play and give Russell Wilson another opportunity.
Rodgers throws, passes, caught. Jimmy Graham, 1st down.
And Seattle dials up the blitz, and you're going to see Aaron Jones come over, and what a job he does in being able to make the block that gives Rodgers the time to deliver the throw to Jimmy Graham. He goes and gets it, and that's good work. Now let's take a closer look and see exactly where the ball is when he goes to the ground.
Well, we are inside 2 minutes, so if there's a review, it'll be initiated by the booth. For the moment, they've given Jimmy Graham enough for the 1st down. Lano Hill tried to knock it out.
They'll start piecing this thing together. So, you know, on the one look, the first 2 that we showed, there's not a clear look because of the angle.
So we are in officially a booth review, and it's either 1st down and the game basically sealed, or it's 4th down and inches. Mike, what are your thoughts on where they placed it?
Yeah, I think it was a stop that they had to make, but he's got to get to the 36, and he's really on bodies, and the ball just hits the ground when he does, and the forearm hits the ground when he gets to the 36. To me, I look at this and say it's got to stand.
Well, if it stands, that's basically it.
Even if it's not a 1st down, Joe, if it's 4th down, I would have to believe that they would go for it to pick up the 1st down. And if it is a 1st down, then it's over short of fumbling a snap.
They may give, we believe they will give the Seahawks their timeout back. But you've got 1:48, 1 timeout, and if it stands as a 1st down, the Seahawks will be basically out of time. Pete Carroll is pleading his case. Here's another angle and look at it.
After review of the play, the ruling of the field stands as called. 1st down, Green Bay.
Nothing there to change the ruling on the field. Jimmy Graham celebrates. And now the officials are getting together maybe about the timeouts. As Clete Blakeman gets back on the headset. Back to Graham. 3 years as Seahawk. And this big catch against him on 3rd down yet again. 9 for 13 are the Packers converting 3rd downs into 1st downs in this game. Mike?
Well, I think the discussion is going to be whether they're going to give the timeout back to Seattle. But if they do, remember, this was a play that ended up in the field of play, so the clock would restart on the ready for play. So really not of great consequence here.
You think if they do, the timeout would just follow. State Farm postgame show is coming up.
Well, the thing about it, Joe, yeah, 3rd downs overall, but on this drive alone.
After review, we had additional footage that came in that did not change the ruling. The ruling in the field stands as called. It is Green Bay's ball, 1st down.
Additional footage, and I've never heard of that one. But they've got it. They got him to 3rd and long twice on this drive. They got him right where they wanted him, actually, with a chance to come and make a stop, and they just simply could not do it. Aaron Rodgers makes the great throw to Davante Adams, and then a good scheme with the way that they ran that last play with Jimmy Graham to pick that one up.
Pete Carroll furious on the sideline with the spot.
Yeah, but his defense had opportunities, and they just failed to do it. And the Packers now go to 14-3, and Aaron Rodgers likes flying below the radar, and they've got a date with the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Championship game.
Well, we just saw 2 great throws by Rodgers on 3rd down. Even that last one to Graham, backpedaling in traffic, delivered it. Graham got the 1st down. No timeouts left for Seattle.
Both these teams coming into this game had just been able to find ways to win. And one of them was going to have to find a way to win this one, because both teams had their shots. Seattle certainly climbed back into it. You knew that they would. They have nothing to be ashamed of. They had a great year with all that they went through, but the Packers just a little bit too much. And great win for Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur and this whole organization.
And so in this head-to-head battle of Rodgers against Russell Wilson, the home team has won each matchup, including here tonight. One more snap, that'll be it. And for the Green Bay Packers in first year, 40-year-old head coach Matt LaFleur on to San Francisco. For LaFleur, first coach in franchise history to lead the team to the postseason in his first year as a head coach in the NFL. And their first champ game appearance since 2016 at San Francisco, right here on Fox, next Sunday at 6:40 p.m. Eastern. And the two good friends, Matt LaFleur and Kyle Shanahan, meet to decide which team represents the NFC in Super Bowl 54. Aaron Rodgers, in his 17th career playoff start, goes to 10-7. Davante Adams with a massive day. And those 2 big 3rd down plays. The first one delivered by number 17, Davante Adams, on this throw. Then out of bounds, and then again on 3rd down to Jimmy Graham, who made a nice grab and lunged for the 1st down. How about Matt LaFleur? First year as a head coach in the NFL. He's going to the NFC Championship. So's Aaron Rodgers, who's standing by with Aaron Andrews.
Well, it's been a while. You said you wanted the ball in your hands late in the game. You got it. 2 huge plays on 3rd down, Aaron. What did you see on both of those?
Well, they were doubling Tay a lot, so I just made a quick little adjustment, and he ran a fantastic route. Great catch. Wish he would have stayed in bounds, but he had an unbelievable night. I mean, he carried us on offense. His route running ability was incredible. And we ran the ball just good enough, and we came up with a timely stop because the rest of their offense is pretty tough. You start off the game the right way, and you finish it the right way.
Yeah, and you were incredible on 3rd down yourself. I don't think you're on the radar now. People are going to be talking about you. I know you were joking with us about that. California boy returning to the NFC Championship. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, we're going to enjoy this one first. You know, I think it's super special, a little extra special to get the ball to Jimmy there on the last third down because he was in Seattle, you know, for a few years. But, you know, we'll enjoy this one tonight and we'll get on to San Francisco. And they're a great football team. They've had a fantastic year. You know, I think these are the two best teams in the NFC, and we're going to have to go out there and get a win.
Absolutely. Obviously, the matchup in late November didn't go the way you wanted. You're the king of mottos. Do you have one heading into the NFC Championship against San Francisco? What do you got? Come on.
I'm just going to enjoy a nice glass of scotch tonight and get on to the film San Fran and get ready for a tough opponent.
All right, old man. I can joke with you about that. Congrats.
Thanks.
Joe.
All right, Aaron, thank you. Yeah, and the celebration is on here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The young first-year head coach, the veteran quarterback, and this scrappy Green Bay Packers team on to the NFC Championship game. State Farm post-game show coming up. Packers moving on.